You've been by Eddie's childhood home a few
Of course.
times. And
Yeah, I
that
have.
what's amazing to me about that is that it's still there and it looks almost well, it's pretty much identical. I don't even know if they even painted over the damn thing. It looks it's the same. And I think maybe it was in your video where they were saying that if you were to look inside of the garage, I think you could still see some of the spots where Eddie was spray painting.
Overspray, yeah, black overspray and red
Right?
overspray. Yeah, it's there were pictures that cycled years ago. I want to say 15 years ago, there were photos inside of it where you saw the overspray. Now, do we really know? We don't. Because Greg said, in his book, or at least with his research, that one or two people had been by the house when he was painting guitars. And they witnessed him hanging them on the clotheslines out back with his mom's laundry.
Wow.
So apparently, that was a thing. And then also, the boiling strings thing, that was also brought up because somebody I interviewed was there when he was doing it.
Yeah, what's that story for those who aren't familiar with that? The boiling strings.
Yeah, well, it was to kind of like make them stay more in tune. You'd boil the strings to stretch them. And he used to do it on his mom's stove in the kitchen. And Tom Broderick, who was one of their early roadies, but also one of their first, probably their first sound man, front of house man. Tom was there when he was doing this one day, and he said his mom was just kind of standing over there waiting for him to get done with the strings.
What would be a great video is Alex going back to that house.
Right.
Having the owners just say, "Yeah, come on in, walk
Yeah.
through."
Yeah. I mean, you know what's true? What's true about it is it has been walked through many times, because it is a rental, it's not owned.
Oh, oh, it's a rental. Okay.
As far as I know now, I did some research on it. I found out when it was sold. As far as I know, it's not been sold again. It was
I
sold
mean,
to from his mom, and I think it was 86. Some of it gets a little foggy, but there's documentation on all real estate stuff. So anyway, it gets sold. It ends up in this rental company. It's still, as far as I know, still part of it. But as they had transitioned renters, people were let in to tour it
hmm.
who wanted to.
Well, it really should just be turned into a historical
Right.
landmark at this point. I mean,
Right.
it really should be. I think it's a matter of time before that
Well, it's
happens.
crazy because if you look at what it sold for was like 130,000 back in '80s. It's worth $1 million now. Yeah.
Sure.